Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Shenandoah University Esports Arena here in Winchester, Virginia, where tonight our Varsity Rocket League team will be taking on Florida Southern in an NECC matchup where the Hornets hope to get their revenge from an earlier NACE matchup. My name is Brennan Moss, and I am joined here by Isaiah. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Moss. I'm pretty excited. I haven't gotten to see much of the Rocket League season here for SU, so it's going to be my first time tuning in.
Yeah, I'm excited tonight because mostly last try we had out here, I believe it was last night, we were supposed to have a match against ODU. That sadly did not happen. We got a forfeit win out of that, I believe. Maybe still in limbo. Decision later. Who knows? But tonight, fingers crossed, we get that match going. And like I mentioned in the intro, we will be facing Florida Southern, and we're going to go ahead and see how both Florida Southern and Shenandoah stack up in the standings currently here in NECC Division 3. And as you can see, both teams pretty neck and neck.
Yeah, like you're saying, Florida Southern currently 3-1, but Shenandoah has that 3-0 going into tonight. These teams, they seem like it's going to be a good match tonight, especially because, if I'm right, they've played each other in the other league, correct?
Yes, they've played each other in NACE. I will say it's a little bit of a different roster the Florida Southern has in their NACE side of things. So while they did take us down in NACE 3-1, a little bit different. We'll see how they fare tonight. But as we go ahead and take a look at these head-to-head stats, 3-0, like you said, for Shenandoah, and 3-1 there for Florida Southern, with about a 13-8 game record. Now, interesting to note here, SU 12-0. However, 2 of those are from forfeits. So 8 game wins there from forfeits. Technically only played, I believe, 1 matchup in NECC, and that was against South Carolina, which we did win 4-0 in that. And we had another reschedule from UCF. We're still waiting to see when that game will happen. But speaking of the Shenandoah Rocket League roster, let's go ahead and take a look at who will be playing today, and it's the familiar faces that everybody knows.
Yeah, these are names that when I'm sitting in the arena, I know. We've got Griffin Mango, Wyatt Chiazzi, and Terrion Pagani. These 3 names, they're known throughout the entire program. They bring the energy, they bring that hype, especially when they're in their games. They look serious, they're locked in, and then someone scores that goal, boom, the entire arena lights up because you know something big just happened.
Yeah, that word serious doing a little bit of heavy lifting there. It's a little, depending on you can get Griff acting a little goofy on time, but they struggle sometimes with keeping their emotions in check during games. But it's also a superpower. Being able hyping up your teammates, it just keeps that momentum going when you are winning and when you are doing well. So the past few years, they've struggled making sure that even if they aren't doing well, keeping that emotion up and keeping that communication going, which is a big point. I think I've talked about it on every Rocket League broadcast. Their biggest problem has been communication. But this year so far, at least in the matches we have played, they're communicating pretty well.
Yeah, and like you're saying, this being a team game as heavy as it is in Rocket League, that communication, it can make or break an entire game. If one single comm falls short, that could spell the goal for the other team. Yeah. So, from what I've seen and heard, they've seemed to have kept those comms up, and that energy, like you're saying, it shows in every game they've played so far.
It really has, and, as someone that's been mostly back of house for pretty much all of our Rocket League streams the past few years, I've been watching very closely, and they've grown just as a team. I think I've said in the last Rocket League broadcast too, this is like the current longest tenured starting roster that we have here at Shenandoah. So, the chemistry is just on point all of the time, and that's just kind of their biggest, that's their biggest pro in terms of a team.
Yeah, and team chemistry, like you just said, that also goes a long way. You got to like the people you're teamed up with, and even if you don't, you got to work with them, so you're going to have to come to some sort of agreement because, you don't like them. You're putting your trust in them to help you out in this game. So saying you don't like them and then showing that in the game is going to show, and it's going to be one of those blinding weaknesses for the enemies.
When you're going in and you're attacking that ball, you got to be able to trust the person behind you is going to be there either to help with if you mess up, or just back there in case the ball gets sent the other way, and now you got to be in position to make a save. And let's go ahead. I want to talk a little bit about just this matchup in general. Right now, we showed the standings about a minute ago, but Florida Southern 3-1. They're in. I believe the standings were flipped on our end. I think it's like either or, because we haven't technically lost the game, but they have more matches played. So on the website, I think it has Florida Southern in second and us in third.
Okay.
But either way, both teams really close to each other. Florida Southern has NECC wins against ODU in a close one, which was 4-3, and then they've beaten University of North Georgia and fell to UCF 1-4. Who I believe currently has a pretty good record. And I'm kind of interested to see it. We played these guys before, like you said earlier, in NACE. We lost 3-1, and they are 4-0 in NACE. So I'm interested in how this NECC version of Florida Southern stacks up against their NACE version.
Yeah, and I mean, as you're saying, it's kind of a different roster, though, for tonight. So that could change what we see tonight, but we may see some similarities as we actually go and we start to head into the game. I mean, there's a chance we're going to see some things that the team over in NACE did that our team here in NECC from Florida Southern is going to do against the Hornets.
Yeah, and a point I was making before we unfortunately had our ODU match canceled last night was that we hadn't played a game in a while. We did play against Eastern Michigan last night off stream. I think it was last night off stream. So we are warm. Momentum is back. And it looks like it could carry almost immediately here. But a couple of demos. We're going to get started here in match number 1.
Yeah, we see Pagani immediately getting that ball out of SU's territory. So it's coming up. And it's not enough as Soj gets in the way to stop that advance from Pagani. But Kiazi right there to follow it up in the footsteps of Pagani.
Yeah, right now, Mango looking to try and make the save. Right now, Florida Southern not in position, completely whiffing on the ball. Kiazi's going to take it the other way, trying to set his team up for greatness. Unfortunately, wait, never mind. Not unfortunately. SU able to make a absolutely wonderful play, go up 1-0 here as match seems to be a little... Okay, we're back. Sorry, there's a little bit of technical difficulties there, but Shenandoah up 1-0. A little over 4 minutes left. Off the kickoff, almost able to get a goal. Unfortunately, not able to. Kiazi makes the save, looking to clear and hopefully take possession of this ball, taking it through the midfield.
Yeah, now as we see Kiazi low on that boost, as we see Mango going up the wall to follow it. Pagani trying to keep it there as we see Shenandoah not out of position but looking for boost, as most of them were empty there for a bit. As Kiazi taking it into the air to control that ball, see if we can draw something out of the goal. Takes it in, but it's not enough. Followed by Pagani. Oh, it is so close, but it's still blocked by Sly.
Yeah, huge save there from Sly. Kiazi trying to win a 50-50. Pagani in position almost to go ahead and follow up there. But Mango flying through the air, looking to hit a huge goal there from Mango. Let's see Mango in the can there. Shenandoah up 2-0, a minute and a half into the game. Things are looking great here for the Hornets.
I mean, yeah, both sides, though, the rotations, they're going, right? We've got defense and offense on both sides. We see the kickoff. Soj is going to take this kickoff to launch it on the SU side very early, with Slide trying to go in for that early stinger right there, but it's not enough as it's blocked by Mango.
Yeah, Kiazi sends it back the other way. Poof there, able to stop any momentum that you had. Just momentarily, though, Kiazi trying to set up his teammates for a shot, not able to find anything there, and unfortunate plays there on the side of SU, passing it directly to Soj, and they are able to score their first goal.
Yeah, Soj now on the board saying, we're not out of this just yet. I mean, you guys scored 2, but we've still got that time, getting that early one. We go into the next kickoff. We see immediately Sly Mango collides him, pinching the ball straight up. Pagani coming in to take it out of the sky and move it on to Florida Southern side. Yeah, Mango coming in flying, but it lands on the ground to see as Florida Southern takes it away from him.
Yeah, Pagani on the other end trying to set up his teammates for a goal. Didn't find anything now. Both teams fighting for control in the midfield. Poof going to miss it. Kiazi trying to set his teammates up, centering the ball, but Soj going to take it back the other way. Ball's just kind of floating in the air right now. Nobody really able to find good control of it.
Yeah, but as we see, Kiazi immediately takes that control, but it's blocked by Poof, even though we see that almost a beautiful setup. And we see Pagani comes in, but he misses. It's still right here. It could be... And, oh, but it's blocked by Poof with Mango trying to take that goal opportunity.
Yeah, not able to find anything just there. Both teams jostling for position towards Florida Southern's goal, and the ball gets sent back the other way, right towards Pagani, who's looking to be able to center it. Doesn't find anything just yet. Florida Southern taking it back to the other way. Poof looking to set up his teammates for greatness. Doesn't find anything just yet. Kayazi there with a huge save.
Yeah, we see Soj said, I'm not done yet, but Pagani said, I'm ready for it, and immediately blocks it, sending it back on the Florida Southern side. Mango setting up Pagani for the goal. Shenandoah is up 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful goal there from Pagani. Able to pounce on that opportunity. And right now, Shenandoah up 3-1 with 1:40 left. Looking good. Momentum is there. Now, I have noticed both teams are kind of... It feels like they're not warm at the moment. A lot of whiffs occurring, almost like I'm watching Street Fighter at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, we're seeing... It's almost like they're almost able to call each other out of rotation just a bit, right? As we see Poof getting it just past Pagani and Soj moving it even further up the field. But Mango ready to move this ball back. As we see Pagani is going to take it and send it up towards Florida Southern's goal. Poof saying, nope, I've got that defense. Yazi said, let me return the favor.
Yeah, Mango looking to take the ball back the other way. Pagani trying to bump the other players on Florida Southern out of the way for Mango to have a good shot. Not able to do so. Poof looking to center the ball for his teammates, but Pagani going to deny that.
Yeah, we see Mango flying up to stop another attempt by Soj. But Poof is also in position on the left side of field, keeping Shenandoah on their toes. I mean, we're seeing a lot of defense here from Shenandoah, as well as we're seeing the offense, with Pagani trying to set it up, but Sly moving it away over to Soj on the wall, with Kiazi blocking it, and Mango going in for that final shot on goal, and it's open, so Mango will score the 4th goal for Shenandoah, making the game 4-1 with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, there was just nobody there to be able to make that save for Florida Southern. Unfortunate for them, but really fortunate for Shenandoah as they now go up 4-1 with 30 seconds left here in Game 1. Now, go towards the kickoff. Pagani going to be able to win that. Kiazi stopping Sly from sending the shot on goal. And now Shenandoah is in control of the ball, looking to drive the score up to 5-1.
Yeah, we see Florida Southern. That goal is almost open, but it's blocked by Soj. We almost had that long shot goal. And we see Soj sending it upfield, but we have a demo from Mango. Unfortunately, it's not enough to stop Soj from scoring Florida's 2nd goal in the match. But Monster's only 7 seconds left, so it's going to be real close if Florida Southern is going to tie this game up.
Yeah, I learned to not make any predictions, so I'm not going to say a singular word. We are going to play out these last 7 seconds here on this kickoff. Timer ticking down. Shenandoah up 4-2, and it's going to be the game. Shenandoah takes this first one up 4-2. Jeez, that was a fast-paced game. Both teams were kind of just, they were flying around, not really hitting anything half the time. I feel like, I wish there was an accuracy. There was an accuracy percentage, so the game could determine however many times you've gone up for the ball and you just whiffed. Because, geez, I don't feel like either team had control of the ball, pretty much. At any point, it was literally just, we have ball, let's attempt a shot. And it just went back and forth like that the entire game. And Shenandoah just happened to hit more shots than Florida Southern there.
Yeah, like you're saying, I mean, it wasn't like one team had control of the ball here or there. It was a matter of just watching as Shenandoah kind of capitalized on any players out of position from Florida Southern, right? I mean, they were scoring goals on an open goal because no one's guarding. If there's no goalie, why not take the shot, right?
Yeah, and it honestly might be a communication thing. I have said, almost talk about it too much, but Rocket League, big communication game.
Yeah.
You got to know who's ready to be there for the save, who's ready to be there for the center, trying to take advantage of any opportunity you have, especially when the game's going like this. Because right now, like I mentioned, both teams whiffing a good bit, not able to take advantage of all the opportunities that they have. But we are going to go ahead and get started here. Game 2, Shenandoah up 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, we see Kiazi early, met with Soj in the air, who scores a goal right off of Kiazi trying to set up his team. I mean, right there, that's 7 seconds in, and we've got a goal. And I mean, aerial shot, that's, honestly, it comes down to that communication we were talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, Soj just ready to pounce on that. Shenandoah really didn't expect him to come up and contest that, and it ended up resulting in a goal there for Florida Southern. Looking for another one really quick here early on in this game, but Shenandoah able to make the save. Clears it for now. Pagani looking to center up his teammates, but Poof there to send it back the other way.
Yeah, and Kiazi responding, sending it right back to Florida Southern's territory. As we see Kiazi keeping up, trying to set his teammates up, but it's not quite enough as Mango bringing it back over. We've got a demo. It's an open goal, and Pagani's going to take that opportunity to score for Shenandoah, tying the game 1-1.
Yeah, once again, a goal where no one on that team was able to be in the goal. They were there, nobody was around to make the save. Feels like neither team is just ready for those shots on goal, and there's a lot of them currently because they are just flying around the field.
Yeah, I mean, we see Kiazi after the kickoff immediately sending up into Florida Southern's territory, but Poof meeting it and trying to push it right back. Mango says, we're going to keep it on this side for now, okay? As we see the ball get launched to the center, Pagani goes for a shot, but it's blocked by Poof, with Kiazi on the follow-up, also blocked by Sly. Florida Southern doesn't seem to want to let anything in all of a sudden.
Yeah, Sly ready for that second attempt at a goal, and a couple of demos come through. Now, Shenandoah has control of it and numbers for just a second. They don't get anything out of it, and Soj looks to take it the other way. Pagani, though, there for the save. Now sending it back Florida Southern's way, but Soj there ready to take control for his team.
Yeah, we see Mango try to contest the shot in the air, but Soj gets it right past him, flicks it over, but it's going to hit the crossbar as Poof follows up and gets the second goal for Florida Southern, hitting it into that top right corner, which is pretty difficult, especially with that many. We see Pagani trying to guard it, but when two people are on you like that, it's kind of hard to predict where that ball's going to land.
Yeah, Poof right there, rotating back, getting ready to get set up for the goal, able to send that one in. Now 3.5 minutes left, Shenandoah down 2-1, looking to tie this up. Soj taking air, taking flight, but Kiazi there for the save, and no one on Florida Southern's able to follow up just yet. However, Sly now sending it back, hoping to center it for his team. Not able to just yet. Poof looking to do the same thing, but Shenandoah's defense doing great here, able to keep it out of the goal for now.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing it, but right now Florida Southern keeping that pressure on as they are attacking the goal right here. Still no shot, multiple shots, but no goal yet as Soj goes up, trying to get this follow-up as we see the ball move into Florida Southern side. Mango goes to contest, trying to set his team up, but we don't get anything out of it as Kiazi sends it back upfield, trying to keep it. Florida Southern says, no, not on this one. We see them taking it deep into Shenandoah's territory.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shenandoah is running pretty low on boosts, especially these past few seconds here. So they weren't really able to take advantage of an attack until now. Pagani looking to send it straight. Nobody's in the way except for Sly, who gets the save. Now Kiazi looking to center it again. And Mango, however, having to back up. It almost actually does get the goal. Absolutely wonderful play there. I don't even think Mango could believe it. He had his hand on his forehead. That was insane. He just backed up straight into it. And both Florida Southern players decide that they just wanted to drive by the ball and wave by as that ball goes in for the score. Shenandoah now tied up with Florida Southern at 2-2 with just over 2 minutes left of the game.
Yeah, we see Pagani following upfield as the kickoff goes towards Florida Southern side, but the ball immediately flying back and Poof following it to score Florida Southern's third goal, making the score 3-2 with the Hornets down. I mean, that was just kind of a communication thing like we were saying. It went off the wall, but no one's back to guard the ball for Shenandoah.
Yeah, it almost feels like Shenandoah not ready for half of the shots that Florida Southern are taking right now, and a couple of a demo off rip, excuse me, going to slow the pace down a little bit. And now in the air, Soj looking to center his teammate Sly up and is going to be successful as Sly scores the fourth goal here for Florida Southern. Shenandoah tied it up quickly, now fallen behind. Feels like due to lack of awareness and just communication on their side at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, even with Kiazi right there, it wasn't enough just because Sly was above him, right? I mean, and we get an early demo here on Poof from Kiazi. Mango keeping it on this side, but low on boost, so it's going to be pretty difficult to engage as we see Kiazi following up to help Mango out in that pinch. Pagani making sure it stays on this side, and Kiazi just trying to keep it over here, but Florida Southern keeping that defense up as we see Mango go to contest Poof in the air.
Yeah, Florida Southern doing a great job at keeping control of this ball recently. Shenandoah just unable to keep any sort of momentum going. But if they're gonna if they want to tie this game up, they're gonna have to score pretty quickly. And right now they're able to. Kiazi, however, misses just slightly. Sly now taking it back the other way. Shenandoah misses the contest. Sly centers it up for Florida Southern, but Kiazi there for the save, at least for now, till Soj comes in, ping right off the crossbar. But Sly there for a follow-up. However, Pagani now taking it control there for Shenandoah, unable to find anything, and now both teams fighting for the ball.
Yeah, we see Sly taking the ball upfield, but it's contested by Pagani. Pagani flying in high in the sky, but it's not enough. Poof's in the way with Mango making a shot on goal, but it's not enough. Kiazi keeping it right there, very close, but Sly sends it up as the clear ball, with Poof having to go up to contest as it flies deep towards their goal. And Kiazi getting it across field to Mango, trying to set something up for another goal for Shenandoah.
Yeah, neither team right now able to get a clear shot on goal. Shenandoah looking for one. They have 20 seconds. If they want to tie this up, they have to score right now. Kiazi trying to. Sly misses the save. And Shenandoah now only down by one, but there are 17 seconds left. Huge goal, huge opportunity taken advantage of there by Shenandoah. Now, off this kickoff, Kiazi's better be careful. The past two times, he's just been demoed off start. You gotta hope that this kickoff goes your way if you want to tie this game back up.
Yeah, as we see, Sly sends it into Shenandoah territory, but Kiazi sending it right back, setting up Mango for a goal! Quickly tying the game 4-4 with 12 seconds left on the clock. Now, it's gonna be a battle, but Shenandoah going to need to score a goal to keep that lead, keep the pressure on as they have been in these last few seconds against Florida Southern.
Yeah, Shenandoah has to be really careful here. Both of the last two goals from Florida Southern have come almost out of nowhere because Shenandoah players were out of position, and it's a struggle when one of your players keeps getting demoed off of the kickoff. But Mango looking for the game-winning goal, unable to get it. Florida Southern clears it out of there. 1 second left. Ball has not hit the ground until now. Now, game two going into overtime. Both teams tied at 4.
Yeah, and here we go on the kickoff, sending it slightly into Florida Southern's territory with Mango on the kickoff. But Poof trying to return it as it gets contested by Pagani, and Sly keeps it pushing. Mango hitting it off the wall, trying to clear it out of Shenandoah's territory. We've got two keeping up Soj with the shot, but it's blocked by Pagani. Kiazi clearing the ball while Shenandoah was in a dangerous feat, but nobody's in the goal, so Pagani will score, giving Shenandoah game 2 5-4.
Absolutely wonderful job there by Pagani. No one on Florida Southern ready for that one, and absolutely wonderful comeback there. Doing a great job of adjusting mid-game. We mentioned during the game that it felt like they weren't prepared for half of the shots on goal that Florida Southern were sending their way, and they were pretty much out of position. I think that I would wager like 60 or 70% of the shots on goal here were just uncontested in the goal from either team. It felt like nobody was ready for it because the pacing's just been so fast, and it felt like early on no one was rotating, but right there towards the end, Kiazi made a huge save, and Shenandoah just in position, ready for their opportunities that went their way.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, it's been fast-paced in both games that we've seen so far. I mean, it's almost like if you're out of position for even a second, that ball has a chance of being scored. So both teams having to watch out for it, as we saw our first overtime in the series just now. I mean, we saw the excitement when that goal got scored. It was something here in the arena, right?
Yeah, something, especially Griff. I think he started dancing, which, honestly, respect. I'd probably start dancing, too. That was a huge, huge comeback for Shenandoah. Now going to be up 2-0 in the series. Now, remember, this is NECC. A little bit different from NACE, so it's going to be a best of 7 instead of a best of 5. So if Shenandoah wants to win this, they're going to have to take at least 2 more games, which I don't know if there's I would say that Shenandoah has momentum going into this. I think they kind of do, based off of, you lose 2 games straight, especially like that last one they just lost. You're going to be mentally, checked just a little bit. But the way the pacing of this match has gone, it could go either way at any time.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the momentum as we see immediately. Sly hitting it upfield, trying to get that early goal, setting it up. And right now, we see Soj setting up and moving that blocker for Sly to get an early goal here for Florida Southern, making the game 1-0 in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, Shenandoah just unprepared for that shot. And 9 seconds in, Florida Southern is up 1-0. Now, I want to see if Shenandoah can make any adjustments. Okay, it looks like they can. They've been getting demoed pretty much every kickoff. And so that's where a lot of the goals have come from for Florida Southern. But a goal almost there for Shenandoah as Pagani tries to send it through, unable to find it. Poof gets the save. Now jostling for control in the midfield. Kiazi looking to find Flight, not able to see any contact with the ball there.
Yeah, Mango trying to keep that control, but we see it go deep in the Shenandoah's territory as Pagani stops the ball and Mango keeps it pushing forward into Florida Southern territory from the midfield. But off the wall, we see Sly keeping it right back in Shenandoah's territory as Mango trying to keep that ball away from them, but no boost is going to be pretty difficult as the ball gets pinched back to Florida Southern's territory.
Yeah, Poof ready for that, but not ready for this as Shenandoah sending an air attack. Mango looking to center for his team, but Soj going to deny that. Ball gets sent back towards Pagani, who has enough boost to try and make a play along with Kiazi, but Sly makes the save. Now, Florida Southern looking to take advantage of that missed opportunity from Shenandoah. However, the ball still on their side of the field, and Poof just not in a position to make a save, realized it halfway through, had to slow down. His teammates also not able to take control of the ball there. Shenandoah are able to score their first goal here in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, right there, I'm pretty sure Mango was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. The way he had Poof and Sly kind of help him out with that one, right? We see on the kickoff here, Sly kind of winning that 50-50, and Poof keeping it close, but Kiazi says get it out of here as he clears the ball upfield. Just kind of put that pressure back on Florida Southern. Mango going up to contest Soj, and Pagani following up to keep it. Poof says, no, let's send it back into your territory, Hornets.
Yeah, Kiazi going to look to try and disrupt that centering attempt there from Florida Southern. Sly sends it back to his teammate, passes it over. Now, Soj looking for a shot on goal, but Mango going to take flight and send it back the other way. Sly back straight into the Pagani. This is just going back and forth here, passing it between all of the players on either team, but Shenandoah unfortunately not in position to take a shot there. However, ball gets centered back in their favor, but Pagani not able to take a shot for now.
Yeah, we see it. It's on this wall. They're keeping that pressure on as it's right there. It's centered, but Sly says no as Mango tries to take the shot on goal. Shenandoah getting back, but Pagani launching it into the air. Sly meeting it there, and Soj in position, ready to shoot, but Kiazi with the save to clear the ball out. But Florida Southern keeping it here. Sly knocks it back towards Pagani. Like you're saying, Moss, they're going back and forth, hitting it to each other, almost like they're kind of playing catch, as we see a shot from Poof blocked by Mango.
Yeah, huge save there from Mango. Kiazi went up for the ball before and missed. Kind of a tough situation, but Shenandoah able to bounce back. And Soj makes the save there. Poof sending the other way. Shenandoah now not in great position here. I don't believe anybody's in the goal just yet. Kiazi has to race his way back there. He has boost if he needs to make the save. Sly looking to take the shot, but pings it off the side of the goal. Now Mango has control of it, using his boost to send it back the other way. Not centered exactly, so Shenandoah isn't able to make a shot on goal. Now both teams jostling, hoping to get control of that as a demo happens towards the side of the field. Sly not able to center it for his team.
Yeah, Mango taking the pass from Pagani upfield as we see Poof hitting it up in the air. And we see Mango try to hit that aerial attack, but he misses as Sly is going to send it back towards Kiazi, who's in position, waiting, gets it right past Florida Southern, and he's driving it. He's going. It's a goal from Kiazi, making the game 2-1 in Shenandoah's favor.
I'm watching this replay. What happened here? Yeah, Soj just drives by it and forgets the ball is there.
That's
unfortunately for the side of Florida Southern. Great, though, for the side of Shenandoah. Able to just drive that ball straight into the goal. Now up 2-1 with just over a minute left here in Game 3.
Yeah, Pagani already in position, watching as we've got two members from Florida Southern sitting there. And Kiazi helping him out, but Poof ready to keep it. Mango says, we're going to stay on your side for a little bit. As we see him try to center that ball. It's going. And Mango with the assist from Kiazi for Shenandoah's third goal in Game 3, making the score 3-1 in Shenandoah's favor.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think a miscommunication there from Florida Southern as both players went up to block that shot originally, so it helped. Neither player was in position to save that Mango shot. And right now, Shenandoah up 3-1, looking to rise to the occasion, hopefully send another goal in, and Mango does. Now, all of a sudden, that 2-1 game is now turned into a 4-1 game with just under a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure that Shenandoah is applying here on Florida Southern is almost insurmountable right now. Florida Southern, they're really struggling. Once Shenandoah's taken this advantage, they're really pushing it, as we see an early demo on Pagani here. Soj driving it towards Shenandoah's goal, but Pagani is back and ready to stop that ball from ever reaching the net.
Yeah, huge rotate there from Pagani, but Mango gets knocked down, and now Florida Southern has a chance, at least for a second, as Sly has the ball in the midfield, but loses control. Mango bumping a Florida Southern player out of the way, hoping that that's going to lead to a goal. However, not for now. Pagani looking for another shot. Poof going to save that, but Mango now at 100 boost, looking and trying to make the play. And, however, is going to absolutely juke the player on the side of Florida Southern. Doesn't get anything out of it, though.
Yeah, we see Sly pushing up the field here in the last 10 seconds. Shenandoah keeping that pressure on, making sure that nothing gets open. I mean, it's a close game, as we see in the last second. Pagani hitting the ball up towards the wall to Mango. Mango driving it, and they're pushing it upfield, looking to get another game-ender goal. But Poof hits it up the field to no one, and that will end Game 3 there. Shenandoah winning the game 4-1. Now, I don't know, Moss. That was quite a show right there from Shenandoah. What do you think?
That was great job there for Shenandoah. Good response to that early weird goal that occurred toward against them. Florida Southern really quickly scoring, but Shenandoah scores 4 straight unanswered goals from the help of Mango. And, honestly, it felt like a reverse of what was happening. It felt like when it rains, it pours, right? Florida Southern fell out of position there a few times where 2 players would go up for a ball that only 1 player should have gone up for, and it led to no one being in the goal, no one able to make a save, and Shenandoah took advantage of those opportunities. And I think that's why they won that game. And right now, if you're Florida Southern, you're gonna maybe slow down a little bit, try to clear your comms out, because if you want a chance to make this reverse sweep, you're gonna need to clear up those mistakes.
Yeah, and I mean, it could even be the smallest mistakes. I know from what I've played in Rocket League, I mean, the smallest bump moves someone out of position. Even the slightest, it could just be a quick side swipe, and all of a sudden you're no longer in the spot to block the ball from going in the goal. So, like you're saying, Florida Southern's going to have to clear up these comms if they really want to take this reverse sweep against Shenandoah.
Yeah, and we will see if that happens now. Starting Game 4, Shenandoah up 3-0 in this best of 7, looking to overtake Florida Southern in the standings.
Yeah, as we see Poof driving it right up the field, and it's going to be enough for a goal. Unfortunately, Shenandoah wasn't able to quite get it. As we see here in the replay, Poof he's just kind of driving, no contest, with Mango trying to stop it, but it was just too late.
Yeah, it looked like Mango jumped just a little late. I think he blamed himself for that when he tapped himself on the forehead. I want to ask him after, because that's like the 3rd game where Florida Southern has just kind of had a free, easy, first goal.
Yeah.
And I honestly want to know what they think from their side of things. But a demo comes through on to Pagani. Mango looking to make a play, not able to succeed there. Pagani passing it on over to Mango, but setting up Florida Southern for a shot on goal. Not able to find anything. Now Pagani looking to win a 50-50, but blows up Poof instead. Now Kiazi has control of the ball. Soj, though, going to save it. Mango going up in the air, trying to set a goal right past Poof, but not able to. Pagani, though, following up, centering it for the side of Shenandoah. However, neither Shenandoah player able to set themselves up for a goal right there.
Yeah, we see Kiazi driving it back up the field right now. They're playing 3-1. Then we see the pass over, but Mango missing the not Mango missing the shot. Kiazi missing that shot, unfortunately, from the pass from Mango. We see Florida Southern bringing it back. Mango keeping it on this side, keeping that pressure on that they've seen have success against Florida Southern.
Yeah, the ball was going back and forth really fast earlier. However, Shenandoah has done a good job at keeping control on Florida Southern's side of the field the past about game and a half, and looking to try and make a shot on goal there, not able to get anything there. Now the ball goes back towards Shenandoah's goal. Kiazi, though, able to pass it straight to Mango. Mango looking to make some plays and send it back the other way. Able to for just a second, but Kiazi gets demoed. Pagani getting set up by Mango. No one in the goal for the side of Florida Southern. And that proves detrimental as Shenandoah now ties game 4 at 1 apiece with just over 3 minutes left.
Now, Moss, what do you think Florida Southern's thinking? I mean, their third man currently has no boost, and that's going to be their main defense right there. I mean, without any boost, you can't really guard, as we see into this kickoff. Kiazi and Soj keeping it pretty close, and Mango sending it just a little bit over into Florida Southern side as Pagani contests, try and keep it there. And we see the pinch from Kiazi sending it to the ceiling. Mango keeping that pressure on to make sure that no open goal happens. Pagani brings it back up the field with a pass from Mango.
Yeah, Sly just able to get back in time to stop that goal from happening. Now, Sly trying to get it away, but Kiazi going up for the ball, not able to make contact, but Pagani sends it right to Mango, who's looking to make a play. Absolutely dodges the first player, but unable to dodge Sly. Ball gets sent back towards Shenandoah's side of the field, but Pagani looking to send it back the other way. Now, Soj going up in the air, looking for something, not finding anything.
Yeah, we see Mango going up to contest Poof, as Mango will win the contest there, driving it, but Kiazi, seeing the slides going, goes up for himself to set up Mango for a shot on goal, as Shenandoah will score their second goal in game 4, making the score 2-1.
Yeah, wonderful plays there from Kiazi to set up Mango for that go-ahead goal. Now Shenandoah up 2-1 here in this game 4. This is what happened last game. Florida Southern has to make adjustments right now if they want a chance to win this. Otherwise, Shenandoah just going to take advantage of that lack of boost and the lack of communication on their side.
Yeah, you see Pagani setting up Kiazi for another pass. Mango playing that third man, trying to keep the ball in Florida Southern's side. They're keeping that pressure on, all three on one side. Mango says, I've got all of you. And Mango taking it back up the wall to see if he can either make a play or get a pass to one of his teammates to set them up for the shot on goal. But Sly saying, no, it's going to fall short while I'm standing defense here.
Yeah, Kiazi just barely missing that center. Now Pagani looking to try and stop Poof from sending it any further. However, ball bounces between a few players. Now Mango looking to clear it, but Poof there to stop that. Now trying to center his teammate up for success, but the ball gets sent back the other way. And Soj looking to do the same thing, not able to win that 50-50 though.
Yeah, Kiazi pushing the ball upfield as we see Sly, the only defender for Florida Southern. Kiazi makes it past, but Soj is ready in goal, but it's not enough to stop the pass to Mango for Shenandoah's third goal in game 4. Like you're saying, Moss, it's looking like Florida Southern's really going to have to overcome this challenge of the overwhelming pressure that Shenandoah is putting on if they want a chance to take a win in this series.
Yeah, Sly unfortunately in an awkward spot, and Soj not able to hit the ball on that attempt, as now Shenandoah, like you mentioned, 3-1, and there's only a minute left. Ball almost goes in. Both Shenandoah players got a whiff on that. Got to touches a little bit, gets it out of there though. Now looking to send it back the other way. A demo, though, on the side of Shenandoah. However, Mango looking to center up Kiazi, who is going to miss thanks to Sly's intervention.
Yeah, Sly driving it up, hitting the right side, sending it up the wall. Poof going to contest, and it gets shot, but not into the goal, with Soj following up. But Pagani getting in the way, making sure that nothing happens as long as he's on watch. Kiazi pushing up the field, Sly there to stop it, but no boost. Mango comes in, sees his opportunity as Pagani will send it upfield towards the goal. Almost a goal for Shenandoah's, but Mango unfortunately misses as he hits the crossbar.
Yeah, now there's only 11 seconds left for Florida Southern to make a comeback, but that's tough to do when Pagani goes ahead and clears it, sends it back to Mango on Florida Southern side of the field. 2 seconds left. Unfortunately for Florida Southern, Shenandoah is going to take this series 4-0.
Oh my goodness, Moss. What a set of games we just witnessed here between Shenandoah and Florida Southern. I mean, like we were saying, it came down to the communication. And it came down to communication and the trust in your team. I mean, we see it here from Shenandoah. They're relieved it happened, but boy, were there some moments that you didn't really know who was about to get that next goal.
Yeah, I mean, both teams were just kind of sending. They were just like full sending it. Sending. I was in the air pretty much 90% of the time, regardless of who was where. Positioning, not really at the forefront of their minds most of the first half of that series, I guess. Well, towards the later half, Shenandoah. Sorry, face cams are pretty funny. Terry just yelling in the camera right there. You guys can't sadly see that. Was really funny. But Shenandoah able to take this series 4-0. Great look there. Honestly, recovery from Shenandoah first half. Even though we won those games, they were really chaotic.
Yeah.
A lot of whiffs coming from either end, both like too many players going up for a ball at any one time. But they cleaned up the comms and they cleaned up their awareness and were able to take advantage and take control of the series and eventually win it.
Yeah, I mean, and they took advantage of that boost they had, right? Like we were saying, we noticed at one point Florida Southern's third man is no boost, and that's your first defender right now. They're the closest to the goal, and they can't do anything if that ball gets past them. And Shenandoah capitalized. They said, well, your third man doesn't have boost, so I'm going to shoot it over him, and we're going to drive it in.
Yeah.
And that seemed to really be detrimental to the game that Florida Southern was probably trying to play.
Yeah, I mean, that one goal that they had, I think it was, I believe it was Kiazi who just kind of drove the ball past, I think it was Soj, if I remember correctly, who just drove by it almost like he forgot that the ball was in play. And I feel like that was just kind of representative of the entire series, where it felt like there were a lot of moments where they didn't know who should go up for the ball, so they just would both go, or they would forget that, Shenandoah had boost and they could just send it straight through, and they didn't have anybody there to stop that. But great communication from Shenandoah. Great job at adjusting mid-series, and I believe that will take them ahead of Florida Southern in the standings, and they get kind of the revenge. I guess the revenge on the school, because it technically is a different roster, but it's still Florida Southern. So they avenge that NECC loss earlier in the season, and I'm hoping we get a player interview back here. Maybe producer can tell me if we are, but usually when we win, we get a player interview. For now, though, I do want to highlight. I think that Kiazi played a really good. I think they all played a really good game. Mango, I think, had the most amount of goals. I could be wrong, but I think Kiazi did a great job making sure he was where he needed to be positioning wise. Same with Pagani, and the entire team just on point today for the most part. Kind of crazy first games, but yeah, great win there from Shenandoah.
Yeah, and like you're saying, that great win, it also came down to that team chemistry that we kind of talked about. I mean, a lot of the times we saw Florida Southern would go in for that goal, and it almost seemed like they were kind of doing it on their own, whereas most of Shenandoah's goals, it came from a pass. I mean, we saw that assist, even if it was just the slightest touch from Mango to kind of redirect its path into the goal.
Yeah.
That's still teamwork that we weren't seeing on both sides the whole time, and it did take a few games to really warm back up for Shenandoah, but we saw it, and it proved to be one of those key factors that, like we were saying, without it, you're kind of putting yourself on a handicap in Rocket League. Yeah,
and I want to mention another thing. I did see a few times on a few of those goals, they were thanks to Mango just bumping players out of position. So if Florida Southern didn't take themselves out of position on those goals, then Mango would take them out of position for them. But we are going to go ahead and take a look at the MVP of the game, who is going to be Kiazi, who had 2 goals, 7 assists, and 6 saves on a 10% shot percentage? Believe so, yes. Come on over here. We're going to have him on desk on this side. Come on over here, Kiazi. So, player of the game. How do you feel? How does it feel to get that win?
Dude, the 4-0 felt great.
Yeah?
Yeah. We already had to play their team in another league that we play in, and unfortunately we lost the first game 3-1. So we had to come back.
Yeah.
How different were the teams? Because the roster was a little bit different, no?
Yeah, there was I think like one person on the roster was changed, but still some of the same players. Still some of the same things that we learned that we had to defend from last game. So we just adjusted and got our win.
What do you feel like you guys did better this time around than the first time you played them?
I feel like that our passing and our communication has just been top tier right now. We've just been able to find each other like on the field, leads to goals, especially like on defense, like that pass out. It always is like the go-to. So,
and as we were watching back here the first few games, it felt like it was really chaotic. Felt like players on both sides were kind of out of position. You guys, however, took advantage of most of the mistakes on the side of Florida Southern. When it gets a little chaotic and you find yourselves as a team like out of position, like a lot more often than not, what do you do? What do you tell each other to try and reel it back in?
One, Griffin always just tells me I need to slow it down. I need to get my boost, and I just need to just read the play. So I just gotta listen to Griff. Oh, I think he's
ripping a card. Can we get this? I feel like we should get this on broadcast. Yeah, thank you.
He's actually ripping a pack.
He's
right
ripping
now.
a pack. We're gonna see what he gets. Hope he gets this nice.
He's gonna get anything. He said he's gonna hit.
Okay, he's gonna hit. We're gonna see right here. Oh,
okay.
Doesn't find anything there. Oh, that's rough.
Come on.
Thank you.
We're not to the reverses yet.
You're Pokemon
We got
guy?
Articuno.
I'm not actually.
Okay, I need someone here to tell me. I mean, I'm assuming.
Okay. So we got our first reverse. Oh, no illustration.
A bag?
Anything in the back? Oh, he got ripped.
Oh no, he threw the
cards.
Unfortunate there.
He's
maybe
mad.
Maybe all the luck went towards the game instead of the pack.
No,
unfortunately,
probably.
there
I
for
swear,
Mango.
we've had terrible luck opening packs on streams.
Yeah,
none of us have pulled a single thing from all the packs that we have opened.
Maybe it's because it's on the face game. Next time, come back here, just rip the pack right next to us and see what we can get out of it.
I think you're right.
But yeah, Mango, unfortunately, while he does come away, you guys come away with the win, does not win anything out of that pack of cards. Do you have anything you would like to ask our dear friend Kiazi here?
I mean, Kiazi, we were saying it back here, but that game, all of them were really fast paced. I mean, what's going through your head when it's moving that fast pace and Griff is telling you to slow down?
Man, that's actually a very hard question. The game actually becomes simpler when you slow it down, and when we did slow the game down and really took control of the ball, we actually made them fuck up or mess up. Because they were
You're good.
Yeah, they were just
it's okay.
It's okay. They're just going way too fast, and then we were like 4 to 50 or whatever. So, yeah.
Well, final question for the stream right now. You're going into your last few weeks of competition. Yeah. For this is the last time you're playing with these guys. What are your thoughts? How do you want to make sure that these last few weeks and these last few games are as best as they can be?
Oh, well, I just really just want to have a great time.
Yeah.
If this is my last semester playing with Griffin and Terry, I just want to have it be the best semester we can possibly have. So.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you and the rest of the guys on the Rocket League team. Oh my God, that's terrible. But I do want to mention that is just one of 2 Rocket League games we have here tonight. I believe here in a little bit, very shortly, we will be having a match against St. Cloud State. That'll be a NECC matchup. But for now, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. Until then, everybody stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll have some more Rocket League action coming your way.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
All at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.